Okay, here's everyone's favourite. This is the best tiramisu I have ever made. Learned and taught to me by a wonderful person, a little nonna down in Calabria in Italy on my travels. This tiramisu is on the menu at Rosina for very good reasons. Stick around. So what we've got here is very simple, not many ingredients. You've got sugar, eggs, whole eggs, Moka Coffee, beautiful mascarpone, and the secret weapon, the Pavesini Biscuits. That is tiramisu. That's all it is. To make this tiramisu is very simple. I'm going to start it and I'll tell you the story of where it came from. We've got egg yolks going in there. And we've got also whole eggs going in there. Recipe below, follow that recipe. It's very simple. Sugar goes in there with the eggs, like so. Right, then we're going to give that the good news. Get that up to a really strong sabayon. Just keep going until that becomes a really, really strong sabayon. The eggs will whisk with the sugar and it will give you a beautiful ballooned up sabayon. Okay, so many of you will have seen on the Road to Rosina trip on my YouTube channel. Thanks for support on that, by the way. It was an amazing, epic trip. Sorry about my slightly noisy KitchenAid, but that egg yolk and sugar's coming up now. We ended that trip in Calabria with Saverio's mum and dad and his cousin. We had a fantastic banquet and a feast, and it was absolutely fantastic. And what she cooked me there was a tiramisu amongst many other things. And what I learned there was incredible. Now, I've been making tiramisu at Trinity or upstairs at Trinity for well over 5 years. And I went down the Western Road like everybody does with loads of amaretto in there, loads of espresso coffee in there, the ladyfinger biscuits, and I really tried hard to make something that's delicious. And it was delicious, and it still is delicious, but it's very westernized. It's very much about, anglicized version of a tiramisu. Sweet, it's coffee, it's alcohol, it's creamy, and it delivers in spades. But if you want the real thing, and remember, tiramisu translates directly as a pick-me-up. And that's exactly what this was at the end of the meal. I felt that. I ate it and I felt like the coffee had given me that little lift at the end of the meal. That's a fantastic tiramisu.
Voilà.
Fantastic.
So it's all about Moka coffee, really, really strong coffee, and making sure that coffee is present throughout. It's about really good mascarpone. It's about no alcohol in the whole mix of the whole thing. So it's all about a pick-me-up, not slow me down. And it's all about these biscuits. These little mavericks are the star of the show. These are the secret weapon. These are Pavesini biscuits. They're from Italy. I can't find them in the UK, so we bring them over from Italy in a large volume now, I have to say. I need to be buying shares in these. But these have a brilliant texture. They don't absorb and soak up quite as much as a normal ladyfinger biscuit. But what they do, they add texture that remains throughout. So you've got that cakey piece in there, but it's more biscuity. I think that's a secret weapon. I'll show you how we build it. Right, sabayon is looking good. Nice and stiff there, sabayon. What we're gonna do, in goes our mascarpone. So this is a really good quality mascarpone. And that just gets folded into the eggs now. Any of you saw, but I actually did this on Saturday Kitchen. Well, Matt Tebbett did it for me while I was making my cacio e pepe cavatelli. So we did it on Saturday Kitchen. I am really proud of this recipe, but it's not my recipe. It is a lady called Pina. And that is Saverio's mum who taught me this recipe. And I will be forever grateful, and it will always be on the menu at Rosina under her name. We've named it after her, which is really lovely. It's called Pina's Tiramisu. And that is something that you need to say very carefully. In goes the mascarpone into our sabayon. Give it the good news again. Then we can get on to building. There we go. There's my cream, mascarpone, egg yolks, whole eggs, and sugar into a delicious thing. Right, all I like to do first is just make a little bit of mess on the sides. This is only so that we get some of that cocoa on the bottom. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to create, this is how we make a little dusting bag, right? Like this. Little tip from the top. You'll like this. Stay with me. Then what we do, take it and we just put that there, like that. Right, now we're going to build our tiramisu. First of all, we want a layer of our cream in the bottom. Try and get some nice layers in here.
What are you doing, Chef?
So in goes the Pavesini biscuits into the Moka Coffee. So this is Moka Coffee, not espresso, and that's important. That's really strong, rich coffee. Just want a quick soak. But this is all about the coffee. I think these things hold the coffee really well, and they don't bleed it out into the mousse. So when you eat it, you get a taste of the mousse and the coffee separately, and I think that's really key. Just squeeze those in like that. Squeeze those across.
What do you think the difference of the biscuit is?
I think they hold the coffee, Sam, and they don't release it. And when you cut through, you still got that sort of biscuity feeling to it. I think that's really nice. And then I get with my puffer, like so. So we get that little bit of chocolate hit in the middle too. Love that, look at that, beautiful. All right, then we go in again. Another layer of the mascarpone. Everyone loves tiramisu, don't they? And I think everyone's got their own opinion on it. It's a bit like a sort of English shepherd's pie. You know, everyone's got an opinion on a trifle. Everyone's got an opinion on a tiramisu, but the key thing is not to overthink it. And I see, you know, you've got to think about that. Where I learnt this from, Severio's beautiful mum, Pina. We filmed this Road to Rosina trip, and it's all on there on my YouTube channel. It is such the most beautiful episode. And watching her, and you've got to imagine her making this at home for Savvy since he was a little boy. There's no way she was faffing around with machines and doing this and overthinking it, or, you know, looking to do it in a way that was all chefy, or she's just doing it from the heart. And that's what we're trying to sort of make sure that that is exactly what we're doing too, because we don't want to end up with something that's too overthought. We want it to be classic, authentic, and utterly delicious. And we make 7 of these a day, so we have to be pretty efficient about the way we do it. In it goes. In it goes. Da-da-da. Quite a nice, satisfying thing to make. At the moment, actually, my lovely daughter Rosie, little Rosina, is making all the tiramisus. She basically comes to work, makes 7 of these, a big fluffy fedora cake, and then she goes home. So that is consuming a lot of her time. But we are doing some serious covers in there, Sam, aren't we? So, right, I need some more biscuits. Ben, my lovely man, where's he gone? Where's my lovely Ben? Could you open me some more biscuits, mate? I'm going down on biscuits hard. Yeah. Yeah. There we go, this is looking good. Plenty of coffee in there, don't be shy with it. You can't leave these biscuits in for long because they will evaporate. God, they're so good. I'm eating too many of these biscuits, I can't eat these biscuits. I have to go for a run again. Oh, thank you. Why this container? So we ummed and ahed with what container to use for this. When we serve a tiramisu in, I quite like to do it in a glass one so you see all the amazing layers. But when we got to the restaurant, and you know, don't forget I've owned that restaurant for a year and a bit, we unpacked everything and there were 8 of these moulds from the old restaurant. I reckon they're about 50 years old. People would have made terrines in them back in the day or something. And so we thought, you know what, nice sort of ode to the old restaurant. They're consistent, and as you can see, that exact batch makes exactly one of those. So that's why it works for us. And I like things that are equal in equal numbers like that. So there we go, smooth that off nicely at the end. That's about as exact as it can be. That's beautiful. Then we're going to give it the good news again. Plenty of that. And you want nice, dark cocoa. And all we do, we just take around the edges like that. Clean it off like that. Lovely. And that's our tiramisu. Should we have a taste? I reckon that is the simplest. And you know what? There's a big lesson in there. You know, often these things are very, very overcomplicated. I'm guilty of overcomplicating this as a chef upstairs at Trinity here. You know, I made a tiramisu. I thought, okay, we want the best biscuits. We want the best amaretto. We want the best coffee, double espresso. We want the very best mascarpone. But actually, when it comes to it, it's the simplest things done well that actually deliver the goods. And that is a testament to that. Yeah, ideally, 4 hours in the fridge, then serve it. All right, but so maybe I'll give it a bit and then we'll serve it, yeah. All right?